Hello everyone and welcome back again. In this video I will explain the relative reference and absolute reference, or we can say relative addressing and absolute addressing. So what I mean by those things. So for example, we have this tables like a list for the market, for example, for the orders. So we have like items like disk, pencil, or something like this, and we have the units. For example, for disk we have 2 units, and for each unit the cost for each unit is 125, for example. So now here, in order to find the total line or total of this units, for example the total price, for example, for all units, so obviously we can just this one 2 times 125, just using a multiplication, just to create like a simple formula to make a multiplication, which is just 2 times 125. So just to add the formula as we explained before, just equal, and then select the first one and multiply the second one, which is unit cost. So now just enter. Here you can see we have E2 multiply F2. You can find the formula by just click here or just double click. You can find the formula, or you can just go here as well in the formula and just go to show formulas. So you can find the formulas here instead of data. You can see just the formula, but now it is not important for me. This one I can just go here. I just double click. So now just E2 multiply, or just E2 times F2. So here E2, which is E2 multiply F2. So here it is called relative reference, or just a reference here. Here this cell is just reference to this cell, right? This position, right? E2, this one here, F2. Now if we try to make like autofill or fill handling, just only just press enter here. Just select that from this square here and just drag, right? Here I add the data, or add the data here, or just recalculate the total for all data here. Now if we just select that, you can see E2 multiply F2, here E3 multiply F3. So here you can find the data. When I drag it, the data will changing relatively, or relative to the cells position here, or the location of the cells. Or in another word, we can say here reference of the cells here will changing relative to the position of the formula. I mean what? For example, here the formula E2 multiply F2, which is just here. When I drag the formula here, it's changing here to E3 multiply F3, here changing relative to the position of the formula. When I add it here, change the position of the formula, this changing to F4 and E4. So everything will change. And of course it is very important, and it is working by default. We don't need to do anything. Just add the formula here, or add a function, for example, same thing, and just drag it. It will be changing. It is called here relative addressing, because here the address is changing relative to the position or location of the cells here. So it is called relative addressing. So you can change it like this. It's very important, as I said, because you can imagine we have 1000 of rows here, for example, 1000 or 1000 of units here, for example. So I just make the first just one formula and just drag it to 1000 as you want, if you have 1000, for example. So it's very easy and very important, and is working by default. You don't need to do anything. Just add the formula and just drag it, and the data here, as you said, will changing relative to the location here, or relation to this location here. So here E2, here will be E3, here will be E4, here for example E8, and so on. But now if I need another thing, for example, I need the tax, or to calculate the tax here, for example, so tax for those units. So the tax, for example, you can just make total multiply the tax, the percentage of tax. So now here 2%, maybe in this 2%, maybe in the next month will be 3%. So we need just to multiply all data here, all data is this column, entire column, multiply the fixed cell, which is just 2%, which is name of the cell is N2, right? This cell name N2. So I need now to multiply all those data time 2% or N2 with fixed cell. So here just add this one, add equal, and then select the first one and multiply, for example, 2%. So now enter. So nothing is wrong here. Everything is clear, I think. G2 multiply N2. But now when I try to drag it to autofill to handle filling, there's a problem here. Why? You can see now. If I just double click here, the G2 multiply or time N2, which is 2%. But here now, if I just selected with G3 multiply N3, because as I said, because the relative reference, where is N5 now? If I just select here N2, this one. But now N3, this one, it is empty, nothing here. So we cannot do anything. It's not correct. It will be not correct. We just multiply this value, multiply nothing. So we cannot do that. We need to multiply all data with just N2. So now here, if you just if you're just looking at this one, so now here in 2, now here in a 3, sorry, here in 2, here in a 3, here in 4. So now the 4 and 2 is changing, and we need just to frozen to the 2 n2, because I need just this one here in 2. So in order to do that, we can just add a $sign here to make it absolute reference. I mean absolute addressing. Here the address is absolute, not changing relative to the location or relation to the location of the cells. I need just to make it like not changeable. So now 2 is just a row. Here 2 is a row, right? 2, the name of the row. So I need just to make a row frozen here, just stuck with 2. So I just select that now. Now there's no problem, because here 2 and 2, and here and 2 as well, here and 2. Why? Because I add just a $sign, and it's called absolute addressing or absolute reference. When we drag the cells or the formula, the 2 will not changing, because I make it add $sign before it. If I want to make the n frozen or the n not changeable, just add the $sign before the n, which is the column here, and 2 is a row. But now we need just 2, because n is already frozen, it's not changing n. If you can see here n and here n, so it's not changing. Now just the rows changing. So just add $sign before 2, and that is now it is called absolute reference, and also it is important. So I hope you understand that, and thank you very much.